Is aging something that is escapable? Is it a problem that can be escaped? That's an interesting topic. It's a really interesting subject when we try to figure out what it is that causes us to age and what it is that we can do about it. Just this morning, I'm listening to an expert, a PhD researcher that deals with aging, and she was talking about how we need to make sure that we don't look at aging as a disease and treat it like a disease. It's not something to be battled, and it's not something that we remove out of the body. It is something that we manage. It is something that we work with. It is actually something that we can influence. Now, of course, when you're looking at all the factors that deal with aging, there are many of them. But I found her conversation to be very interesting when you think about, I probably do look at aging as something that I want to remove from myself rather than better manage within myself. Several months ago, Jake Watson and I talked about, we asked the question, what would one more year of your life be like? If you can guarantee today some action that would give you a healthy one more year of your life, what would you be willing to do? I think most of us would be willing to do quite a bit if we could guarantee that healthy one more year. Now, chronological aging, that is not something that you can influence, right? You can't unwind the clock of time. All of us get a day older tomorrow than we are today. But biological aging is something very different. That is something that we believe that you can unwind or even reverse the impact that the clock has on you when it's left alone. In fact, there are two leading researchers in the anti-aging movement that have an opinion on this, and very strong opinions on this. Ray Kurzweil believes that the technology advancements that we are making now and in the near future will defeat aging. I find that to be very strong, a very strong statement. Will defeat aging, but we have to take action. Now, Aubrey de Grey, another leading expert, he says that the human body is a very complicated machine that can be repaired indefinitely. Again, a very stand you in your tracks sort of statement, make you pause and say, wait, it can be repaired indefinitely? Now, there are many, many other molecular biologists, geneticists, biomedical experts that work on this, in this field and help us manage the impact of aging. Most efforts to limit the risks of a particular ailment will assist you in combating aging. If you're doing something, it's going to help you, something positive in that area, it usually has a positive impact on your biological aging. At Solex, we want to take the biological aging problem head on. And so we want to consider what is the solution that takes the bullseye shot at unwinding the biological clock. We think we have a solution for that, and we want you to check it out.
Renew, rebuild, and embrace your strength with AO Youth.
AO Youth is taking this problem head on. Let's take a look at the three major factors of why we experience, or what we experience when we're aging. Some of the things may sound very familiar to you. Sluggish energy, we get more wrinkles, loss of elasticity, loss of strength and stamina. Even the unseen parts of aging, the inability to optimize frequencies, poor DNA replication, this is associated with the chromosomal impact there, cellular health, and just general cellular function. When we look at these impacts that many of us feel as we are trying to manage biological aging, we look at the three major factors that contribute to these conditions. Major factor number one are AGEs. These are advanced glycation end products. These are compounds. Compounds are morphed together molecular structures formed with proteins or fats when they combine with sugars in the bloodstream, a process called glycation. We also know, though, that these can also be formed before they even reach the body. and it's how we're cooking our food. When we cook fats with sugars or proteins with sugars at high temperatures, this actually also creates a new compound. The bad news is that in the typical Western diet, about 70% of what we consume actually it has ages in it. And that's a problem. The good news is only about 10% of those actually get absorbed. Not that we want to be absorbed, but I'll make a side argument down the road for the benefits on the good side for nanoparticles and how those impact and the massive rate of absorption of good things in our body. Our bodies, when we're looking at this 10% of ages that get absorbed into the body, our bodies do have natural mechanisms to eliminate these compounds. They want to fight and eliminate through antioxidant functions and enzymatic activities. We do our best within the natural environment of our bodies to try and offload these compounds so they don't have a disruptive effect in aging, disease, and cellular function. However, because of the rate of which we consume and create ages, the overload is proving to be too much for the normal body activity. And we have to do something to supplement and support the body sufficiently to give it resources to keep up with the amount of ages that we accumulate within the body. High levels of ages in the body have actually been shown through research to cause oxidative stress and inflammation. They're floating around the bloodstream and they're causing problems. They're causing havoc throughout the body because they're flowing out and these compounds are getting in the way of normal cell function. Two components active in almost every bad situation that are taking place are oxidative stress and inflammation. These lead to diseases and are always associated with diseases: diabetes, heart disease, kidney failure, Alzheimer's. A key challenge that we're faced with when we're looking at ages and the function within the body is the lack of elimination and the buildup of the ages as we age. So actually a side note I want to make note of is that ages, when they accumulate in the body, not only are they penetrating and going throughout the bloodstream, but they actually are stored up in the digestive tract. And that's also, we know in the digestive system that it is the second brain, that there is so much communication going on between how we feel, how we act, and what is going on within the body levered from the digestive tract. And so when you get these ages building up in the digestive tract, we actually are creating more and more of a problem because we're disrupting the microbiome. Well, the other core AO core products that I'm going to introduce in addition to AO Youth over time actually collectively assist not only in balancing the environment of the digestive tract, but also in removing the trash that is built up over time as we age because of ages. Combating AGEs with AO Youth, let's talk about some specific ingredients. There are several ingredients in the AO Youth formula that take on the creation and impact of ages. These ingredients have numerous clinical studies behind each one of them. But let me point out just a few that may not be as well known. And I say just a few because each one of these, we could spend hours talking about the power of the ingredients in AO Youth. But I just want to talk on a high level about some powerful ones that make AO Youth so special in its entire makeup. Spermidine. This is an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It enhances the mitochondrial metabolic function and respiration at the cellular level. It improves proteostasis, which is a powerful process within the cellular function. Combined with all of these things, Science magazine has actually declared that spermidine is an anti-aging powerhouse. Sea buckthorn is also an AO youth. Many have called this the wonder plant, a golden bush, the gold mine. It has been in use, medicinal use and therapeutic use for over 1,500 years. Studies find that there are nearly 200 nutrients and bioactive components that drive the health benefits that your body needs to combat ages. In combating ages, this also includes a plethora of vitamins and amino acids in this ingredient alone. Too many studies have been made on this ingredient, and so we can generally say that this is the umbrella of antioxidant behaviors, and it is a powerful reducer of oxidative stress within the body. Additionally, one of the other things that sea buckthorn does is it helps with the prevention or combating collagen degradation. Collagen, we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but collagen is the most abundant protein in the body and is needed throughout the body. All right, major factor number 2 when we're talking about bullseye targeting aging and biological aging impacts in ourselves, what is that number 2, that major number 2 target that we have? Well, NAD+ declines over time. In fact, it's been studied that about 50% of what we have in our youth is lost as we age. That's pretty powerful because NAD is part of the cellular energy factory known as ADP. And why is this important? Well, changes in metabolism and then in tissue composition as we age, that's an interesting discussion because it's a chicken before the egg. What impacts what, right? What we're looking at is a scenario with the impacts of ages on the body. Is it impacting the creation or is it impacting the function? Associated impact with NAD+ is telomere attrition, epigenetic alterations, mitochondrial dysfunction, altered cellular communication, dysregulation of nutrient sensing, what the body does with the nutrients, damages the DNA when we have a lower level of NAD+ in our body. The good news is that studies have shown and proved that as we support NAD+ by increasing levels of NAD+, it actually directly reverses the impact of the decline that we experience. Boosting NAD+ increases insulin sensitivity. It reverses mitochondrial dysfunction and has shown to support an extended lifespan, or what I would say, an extended health span. How do we do this in AO youth? We support it with NMN. This is a main precursor to the creation of NAD+. It is quickly absorbed and it is quickly converted to NAD+. This helps suppress the age-related issue of tissue inflammation. It enhances the insulin secretion and its performance. It improves the mitochondrial function by itself, and numerous studies have shown it to inhibit the impact of aging. Suppressing the age-related weight gain is a part of that experience, and enhancing energy metabolism is another part of that. When we look at those things, one of the things we're trying to do is, in that overall health function, is those things I listed in the beginning of what we experience as we age. We want to not feel those things, right? The lack of stamina, the lack of energy. We want to remove those things, and these are the things that help us take that head on. Now, with NMN, we also inhibit the age-related function of gene expression, meaning the dysfunction that we start to experience in gene expression because of the lack of NAD+ actually gets reversed, and our gene expression becomes optimal. A side note I think we'd like to mention is that a leading researcher at Harvard University said that the improvement of NMN on the adult human metabolism would render the person to be more like somebody 10 to 20 years younger. I don't know about you, but I'm reaching the age where, 10 to 20 years, leaning on 20, might feel a little better. I know what I felt like 20 years ago, and I would love to feel that right now, and I'm working on that with AO Youth. All right, let's address the third major factor that we are taking head on with AO Youth as far as the age impact and the biological aging that we experience. Our collagen declines with age. That is the third factor. Collagen, like I said before, is the most abundant protein in the body. In fact, it's 30% of the protein in the body. Now, we're often aware of how it affects our skin, our hair, our nails. But are you aware that collagen protects our organs and the cells throughout the body? Collagen also helps it helps protect our muscles and the muscle growth, our bones, our tendons, our ligaments, connective tissues, blood vessels, and so much more. You guys, it is everywhere. You want to talk about one thing and why there is such a collagen craze? It's because it doesn't take very much in the beginning to feel the relief in our bodies when we actually just get the collagen support. Now, I'm going to make an argument. There are 28 types of collagen. I don't want to talk about anybody else's collagen solution. There are many great ones out there, but so many of them underserve reaching the breadth that we need to reach as far as our entire body and our entire system. We need multiple sources of collagen in order to reach all of the 28 types. The challenge is that there is no blood test that will tell you the amount of collagen in your body. You can't go to the lab and get a result and say, oh yeah, you have enough type 1 and type 5, but you don't have enough type 12 and 14. There just isn't. But the signs are pretty obvious in most cases, and some are not so obvious. We get wrinkled, sagging skin. We get hollowing eyes, dark eyes and face. We get shrinking, weakening muscles. Associated with that, we get muscle aches, stiffer, less flexible tendons and ligaments. Even with that, we start to feel joint pain, lower mobility, gastrointestinal problems due to thinner lining of the digestive tract, problem with blood flow. Additionally, we also experience what's called collagenase and elastase. That's a hyperactive enzymatic reaction within our body as we age that actually blocks the use of collagen in the body. We need to be more conscious of all the impact of a lack of collagen and the detrimental use of aging, the detrimental impact of aging on collagen throughout the body. I think we're aware of it on the surface. I don't know if we're so much aware of it on the inside. Most solutions are a little too narrow, and they treat the surface very well, but with too few types of collagen and too few sources of collagen. A lot of us think of skin as the solution, but think of this. The wrinkles on your skin are a phenotype of what is going on the inside. If your skin, hair, and nails aren't looking so great, so is everything else inside the body. It's a reflection of the organs, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, and even the blood vessels. In AO Youth, we have 5 source types that reach all 28 types of collagen. Additionally, we have collagenase and elastase inhibitors, meaning that hyperactive activity, enzymatic activity that blocks collagen from being used, actually calms things down so that you actually can absorb and use and make use of all the collagen that your body is absorbing. Think of that, as you age, without an inhibitor, you have to consume more and more and more collagen in order to get to feeling the way you used to feel. That's as you age. With the inhibitor, you actually get to make use of what you're bringing into the body. And so it was very important that we address this as well. Additionally, there are key electrolyte blends to AO Youth that help with the free flow for cell connectivity and communication. And on top of that, we added branched chain amino acids to help build lean muscle, to strengthen the tissue, to improve mobility and flexibility. I'm not done. We also made this whole product nano because we can, meaning everything is a little bit smaller, more easy for the body to absorb. It's quicker absorption, it's less stress, it's more biologically available, and it is utilized at lightning speed. We hope that you will take this bullseye approach to matching stride for stride the biological aging problem. AO Youth is the best solution, in my opinion, on the market. We've tried to make it that way, not only with how it's made, not only with the clinical research that's behind every ingredient that is in it, not only because of the nano part, not only because of the breadth of 28 types of collagen, and not only because it addresses the NAD+ issue as well as the ages issue. You can see where I'm going, but when you see the price of this product, I hope you fall off your chair, because we have made it so available for everybody to actually be served so well at such a beneficial price with such a broad solution and the best solution in the marketplace. Check out AO Youth, everyone.